David here with the DIY mountain bike. Today, jumping into swapping out the stuff on a mountain bike rear wheel, specifically changing the rear cassette, and I'll show you why we're doing that in a minute, and cleaning the brakes. So we'll take all this stuff off of this wheel, and we're gonna put it onto this new wheel, right? And get my daughter's bike back up and running. So hold on, I'm gonna grab you and we're gonna show you why I'm swapping this out. So I have monkeyed around with this wheel for a little bit now, and it was all locked up. You know, and the rear hub, right, free spins. You can hear it. It sounds pretty raw. And if you watch right up in here, this thing is like wobbling all over. So bearings are shot, a bunch of things are shot in this hub. And we're gonna swap things out, get my daughter running again and ready for college, okay? All right, so let's step through the process just a little bit. So we're gonna take the tire off. We're gonna take the axle off. I can do that right now. The axle off, slide that out. Then we're going to get our, so the loosening action goes with the free hub, right? That's where our chain whip comes into play. Boy, it's on there. I can see that's gonna be a problem, folks. Let me see if I can get this where I can get like a little squeezing action. There we go. All right. Take that guy off. We're gonna clean stuff up. So with this new wheel I got a new axle on it. So I'm just gonna set this stuff that needs to be cleaned over on this rag, because we're gonna scrub that guy up. At this point, our cassette will come off. Make some room here. You might want to watch. Sometimes there is a shim between some of these smaller gears, right? Take that guy off. Again, we're gonna go through a little scrub down with this. No shims. It's not too horribly dirty. So I got some cleaning stuff over here. And that is the problem right there. That hub is just, bearings and everything are kind of wore out. All right. You know what? We could have left that on here because we're actually going to be switching over to this wheel is a six hole disc brake, so that guy can stay on. All right, let's take the tire off. Yeah, I never really played with this before, but you can always get like something in there. Stands No Tube sells this little fancy little tool for taking the cores out of Schrader, and you can take the valve core out of a Presta valve as well. Really makes a big difference. Okay, if there's one little secret weapon, get some good tire wrenches. These guys are from Part Tool, TL 6.2. I don't know, I'll put a link down below. What is so nice about these things is they're actually, oh boy, you can't see it, but they're metal in them. Here, let me move the light. There's metal, Plastic protects those, expensive wheels. and the metal provides the strength. Incredible difference. I got some tubeless tires, you know, foldable. Really tough. These things make a lot of difference. So we're gonna start right here by the right. Another little hack, you know, with tire wrenches, right? If you never saw it, right, and you get this one in, it actually has a hook for going over the spoke, right? So you get one hooked in, doesn't pop back on. Just spin it around, take it off. What I like to do at this point, pull our tube out. It's my daughter's bike, so we're gonna just set her up with an old tube. I got extras, but we'll set her up with this same tube. Set that to the side. Tire's gotta come off. All right, stripped down. This is from an old Gary Fisher 26-inch bike. I love this bike. It's one of those ones where you know, I first spent some real money, and I broke my first frame of that model, just a cheap model. So where did I get this wheel? This wheel I got from Amazon. Oh, look at that, it is tubeless ready. Got it from eBay. I was just looking for something inexpensive. The bike that my daughter has is pretty old. So we're gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna clean things up. Got some brake cleaner, one of my favorite little cleaning tools, old toothbrush. Sometimes I'll even use a little bit of WD-40 kind of just to loosen things up. We're gonna clean up the old cassette and get back to putting things back together, okay? Well, I was like, heck, I might as well show you what I'm doing here, right? Cleaning stuff up. I do have this brake cleaner. It is good for cutting the grease. Now this is the cassette part. You know, the lock ring goes on there, right? I'm not gonna go too crazy, but get most of the grease off there, set it to the side. I got, like I said, my handy dandy toothbrush. I got a little bit of that cleaner down there in the corner. Now as we get ready to put the brakes on, particularly handling the disc, you're going to want to put gloves on. This is looking a lot better. It wasn't too bad, like I was saying when I took it apart. You don't want to put gloves on and spray that down real nice. We will kind of prep the work area as I get ready to do that. So, all right, this looks pretty good. I'm gonna go up and touch my wife with those nasty fingers. She'll be all yelling at me. So, lots of folks probably know this, but there is a single keyway. Let's grab it here, right here. That's gonna go up, match a keyway on the hub itself. So, yeah, it's looking good. Actually, is not too old. I had worked on this rear cassette just not too long ago. In good shape. Alright, so got that stuff ready to go. Like I said, we're gonna find our keyway. Next gear. There you go. Right. Let's put on our lock ring. There we go. Now going this way, no need for the chain whip. Now, there is a torque value you're supposed to nail this down to. I don't have a torque. I suppose I could tap this guy out and put it into my torque wrench, but we're just gonna get her good and tight. So it actually states on there, I think it's, yeah, 40 Newton meters. That's pretty good. All right, we're gonna set this to the side and then clean up our brakes real quick, okay? And like I was saying, it just makes sense to work clean. Trying not to get my hands all over this. So I got some clean rags as well. Got clean stuff on here. It just sucks, you know, getting grease on that disc. All right, some clean rags. We're gonna use these smaller ones. I cut them up. Again, kind of going to our isopropyl alcohol will work, but I'd recommend brake cleaner, right? So cleaning our disc brakes. Again, work clean rags. Just a good wipe down. The gloves on your hands keeps those oils and my greasy hands off of there. Flip it over. We'll just do a little bit more. Prepped. Set that over to the side. Let's get our wheel. Need to torque these down. There we go. I think it's a T25. Let's get things all set up and ready to go. So a little bit of Loctite, blue Loctite is on those bolts, 6 bolts. All right, get our clean. Now this is going to be marked, the direction, right, and which way goes out. So I am lining it up with those marks out in the direction, the wheel turning direction. All right, so I got the bolts basically a little bit more than just finger tight. 6 Newton meters, so my little Venzo torque wrench, basically you twist the handle until you hit your torque number. So spin that guy up to 6. Again, we're gonna go in a star pattern, completing the tightening. So again, it's just, you wait until you feel that click, right? There we go. All right, so let's flip this guy over. Remember, the problem I was having is this thing was just rattling around, right? So I want to do a little, we're about done. Literally at this point, you know, we should talk a little bit about axles. This is called a quick release axle. Some folks ask me, hey, have you ever, ever greased this guy? I do put a little bit of grease on my axles, whether it is a quick release like this one or a through axle. Okay, now just something to consider, just so you're aware, up to speed. The bolt side goes on the cassette side, right? This bolt goes on the cassette. So the spring goes small side towards the wheel, towards the hub, towards the wheel. So let's slide this guy through. All right, we'll put our spring on. We'll have to adjust this up on the bike, right? All right, let's do that comparison I was going to talk about, kind of a up close. Where's that old wheel? Let me move you. All right, new. Old. All right, so let's put this back together. I just like cleaned my hands all off, so I didn't, trying not to get all greasy again. All right, tighten up our bolt. Looks good. Put some air in this baby and take her for a spin. So that is it. Swapped out our rear cassette, cleaned our brakes, put it back on. Cool, thanks.